Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Principles of Marketing at Ozarka College. Today what I'm going to do is give you an overview of this course and go over the course syllabus with you because that's a very important item to look at. And so let's kind of get started here. The first thing that you'll notice when you click on the link for this course in Ozarka is you'll see the introductory page for the course. You'll see information about the course at the top of the page, and then at the bottom you'll see any announcements that I've provided for the class. You'll need to, on a regular basis, probably every day would be preferable, you need to go in and check and see if there are any announcements that you need to be aware of. And I will be posting announcements periodically throughout the semester. So always check those and let me know if you have questions about anything you see there. You'll notice on the left-hand side of the page, there are some links that allow you to navigate to the various portions of the course site in Ozarka. So you have activities, assessment, you have several items there all the way down to textbooks and syllabus and so forth. So anytime you need to navigate to a particular part of the course website in Ozarka, you just use one of the links over here on the left-hand side. Probably the two that you're going to use most often for this class are the activities link, which I'm going to show you in just a minute, and the course mail link, which is where you will use that to ask questions or anything that pertains to the course. If you need to ask a question or if you have a comment about the course in particular, then I would prefer you to use course mail to do that. All right, so those are the two links that you'll use most often. But let's go ahead and start off by clicking on the activities link. That's the one that you will use the most often of all those links on the left-hand side of the page there. And what the activities page does is it divides the semester down into weeks, and you'll notice there are activities for you to complete each week throughout the semester. So it starts with week 1, obviously, which is the first week of class, and then goes all the way down to the bottom. Week 17 is when we'll take our final exam. All right, and so you'll also notice there under each week on the activities page, there's an open date and a close date. Of course, the close date is the date that that particular activity is due. Okay. You'll notice there are two activities listed under week 1, this first week of the semester. There's the Getting Started link, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. That's where the syllabus is. And then there's the Introduce Yourself discussion item, which I will talk more about after I cover the syllabus. All right, so let's start with the Getting Started link. And here what I've done is I provided under resources, I provided some links for you just as a convenience to be able to quickly access the most important parts of the course site this first week of class. So you'll notice there's a link to the schedule, there's a syllabus link there, and a textbooks link. Of course, the syllabus I'm going to show you in just a minute. We're going to actually go into that and talk about each part of the syllabus in a minute. Of course, the textbook link is just basically, when you click on that, it shows you the information for the textbook for this class, the required textbook, and the corresponding ISBN number. And I'll talk more about that when I go over the syllabus in a minute. And then the other item there is the schedule. The schedule is basically a Word document that I've created that is basically a table that shows all of the activities and the corresponding due dates for all the activities for this semester. And I just provide it more for convenience than anything else, because I know some students like to use that to print it and use it, put it with their book, and mark off the steps or mark off the activities as you complete those during the course of the semester. It's just a way to kind of for some of you to stay more organized. You don't have to use it. You can, everything that's on the schedule is also on the activities page, the same due dates and everything. It's just more, that schedule is provided more for convenience if you want to have a formatted, printable document to look at that you can put with your textbook, all right, to be able to kind of look at what's due offline when you're not connected to the internet. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the syllabus here. And this is the main thing that I want to cover today. This is basically like a contract that we need to, that basically contains all of the policies and procedures, your responsibilities as a student in this course. All those things are included on the course syllabus. All right, so we're going to go through we're going to hit the high points and make sure that we understand what our responsibilities are and so forth, and what the policies are for the course. So let's kind of get started here. At the very top of the syllabus, it just has information about this course. And then right below that, it has my information, my name, obviously, my phone number, my email address. My office hours are listed there as well, which, since this is an online class, those office hours are probably not going to mean much to you. Unless you're on the Mountain View campus and you want to come by and see me, and feel free to do that if you want to. But most of you, when you need to contact me, the best way is probably through course mail. All right. If you have a question that is concerning the course itself, that you have a question about this course, the best way to contact me is through course mail over here on the left-hand side. You just use that course mail link, and you can send me a message that way. And that way it'll have your name on the email when I get it. It will have your the course that it pertains to, and that'll just make it a lot more efficient for me to get back to you, reply to your email. If you can send email through by Ozarka email, but the problem with that is that a lot of times it's not going to have your name there, so I'm going to have to figure out who it is, and then it's not going to state what course it pertains to. And so if you're one of my advisees and you have a question that's not related to the course, if you have a question that's related to the program, your requirements for the program, or registration or anything like that, then yes, you can use the Ozarka email address that's there. But if it's a question that pertains to this course, I would much rather you use course mail. It's just going to make the whole process of correspondence much easier and faster. All right? So just kind of keep that in mind. If you have questions about that, just let me know. Now, the next 3 items on the syllabus are all closely tied together. Those are the course description, the rationale, and the outcomes learning objectives. All right? So basically, the basic description of this class is we're going to learn the basic marketing concepts and processes. We're going to start off looking at various marketing philosophies. There are about 4 or 5 that we'll look at, different ways to kind of think about marketing for your business. We'll also look at strategic planning, because you have to plan out what your marketing activities are going to be based on your marketing philosophies. And then we'll also look at the marketing environment. There are what we call external factors that we need to consider when we are designing a marketing mix. So we have to look at what's going on out there in the external environment. So we'll look at that. We'll also look at global marketing. A lot of companies today don't just depend on selling in the country that they're in, just in the United States. They also depend on sales in other countries. So global marketing is going to be a major item of discussion for this class as well, because it is that important. We'll also look at the consumer decision-making process, because we need to understand how the consumer makes the decision that they do to either purchase our product or not, so that we can design our marketing mix and our product to match what the customer's wants are. Okay. We'll also look at business marketing. And there are some unique challenges and opportunities when you're selling directly to other businesses that are unique to that, so that we need to kind of look at some ways that we can market to other businesses and not just consumers. We'll also look at ways that we can segment the market. In other words, divide it up into various groups, whether it be based on demographics or whatever it is. We want to be able to segment the market so that we can focus our marketing efforts and our marketing dollars on those segments of the market that are going to be most likely to buy our product, okay? Just to make things more efficient and effective. We'll also look at ways that we can conduct marketing research to find out more about our market, more about our purchaser of our product, or the consumer. We'll look at various product concepts, how to develop a product. We'll look at channels of distribution, which are basically the ways that we get the product from the point where it's produced to the point where it's consumed. And there are various channels that are used to do that. We'll also look at retailing, advertising, public relations, sales promotion, personal selling, and price concepts. So there are a lot of things there. A lot of people don't, before they take a class like this, they don't understand how much is involved in marketing. You know, what it actually includes. It's not just advertising. A lot of people think marketing and advertising are the same thing. Advertising is just one element of marketing. So just kind of think about that. And when we look at marketing, when we're taking a marketing course, one of the first things that we're going to learn about is the marketing mix. Okay, also called the 4 P's of marketing. So when we look at marketing, we kind of divide it into 4 general areas. We're looking at basically product, price, place, and promotion. Okay, and so when we think of marketing, marketing is really everything that's involved from the point that the product is conceived of and produced to the time that it's actually sold in the market to the consumer. So everything that's involved in that is part of marketing. It's not just advertising. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. Now, the rationale for taking a class like this is we are all consumers of goods and services, and every one of us participates in the marketing process every day. So the more that we understand about the process, the better we're going to be able to be a more informed consumer, and the better decisions we're going to be able to make as a consumer, but also as a business manager. We're going to be able to make better decisions if we know what the process is of marketing. All right, so just kind of read through that rationale and let me know if you have questions about that. And then the outcomes learning objectives are very closely tied to the course description and rationale that I just talked about. So I'm just going to let you read through that. I'm not going to bore you with going over each one of those. They're very closely tied to what I just talked about on the course description and rationale. So just kind of read through those and let me know if you have questions. The next item on the syllabus is the textbook information, and it shows the ISBN number and the name of the textbook there. Just make sure that when you go and purchase your textbook, whether it's at the college bookstore or some other source, make sure you take that ISBN number with you and verify that you're getting the correct textbook. That ISBN number is really the best way to verify that you're purchasing the correct textbook. There are different versions of this book. And this is what the book looks like, by the way. There's a little picture of it there, but this is what the book looks like. It's called Marketing 13, which just means the 13th edition. And so just make sure that you're getting the correct textbook when you go to purchase your textbook. And also make sure you get your textbook as quickly as possible because there will be work due from the textbook during the second week of class. So the sooner you can get your textbook and get started on that first set of activities, the better. All right. Now, since this is an online class, in addition to the textbook, another requirement is that you need to have access to a reliable computer and internet connection. All right. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. All right. The next item on the syllabus is the methods of instruction. I'm not going to read that to you. You can read through that. That's pretty well self-explanatory. It's the same methods of instruction that you see in most classes. So I'm not going to spend any time going over that. But if you have questions about it after you look at it, just let me know. All right. And that brings us to probably the most important part of the course syllabus, which is the evaluation procedures. I know most of you, the main thing you're concerned with when you first start taking a class is, okay, how is my grade going to be determined in this class? What are the activities that I'm going to need to do to earn a particular grade in the class? And then how much each one of those activities, how much is each one going to represent my final grade? All that information is provided here under evaluation procedures. So you'll notice here there are several things that are going to comprise your grade for this semester. There are going to be assignments, discussions, chapter tests, exams, and a semester project. All right? And you'll notice right below that it shows the percentage that each one of those represents as a portion of your final course grade. All right? So just let me know if you have questions about that. Now, I do want to spend just a few minutes going over each one of these items, each of these categories that's going to make up your grade so that you can kind of have some basic information here. The assignments are going to basically consist of activities from each chapter covered in the course. And so you'll have a set of chapters that you'll need to read through for a particular assignment, and you'll have some videos that you'll watch as well that I've linked on the assignment page. And you'll just read through the assigned chapters and watch the assigned videos, and then you'll answer some questions that I've provided for you. And to receive full credit for the assignments, you'll need to thoroughly answer each of the questions on the assignment using your own words and using correct grammar and spelling. Okay? So make sure that when you're completing the assignments, and this is also true for the discussions as well, make sure that you're using your own words. Don't copy from any of the sources or learning tools that you've used to learn the concepts. What you want to do is read through the assigned material, watch the assigned videos, and then take what you've learned from that, the concepts that you've learned about, and then use your own words to answer the questions. It is not acceptable to copy from any kind of online or printed source or a video. All right? And so just kind of keep that in mind. So make sure you're using your own words, and I will be looking for that. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you have questions about that, just let me know. And on the discussions, it'll basically be very similar to the assignments. You'll have questions that you'll answer, and you'll basically provide your answers as a reply on the discussion board. And you'll basically be given a case study to read, and you'll have some questions that you'll need to answer after at the end of that case study. So that's your discussion. But basically, when you're answering the discussion questions, just like I explained on the assignment, you again need to make sure that you answer each question thoroughly using your own words and using correct grammar and spelling. All right, so just let me know if you have questions about that. The next item here is the chapter test. The chapter test will be a combination of true, false, and multiple choice questions. You'll take these tests online through the course website. You can use your textbooks and other learning resources as you're taking the test, the chapter test. There really is no time limit. You can take these tests as many times as you want to, and your highest grade is automatically recorded. So these chapter tests are really designed to get you prepared to take the midterm and final exams, which I'll discuss in just a minute. All right. Yes, that brings us to the midterm exam. The midterm exam will be a comprehensive exam that will cover all of the chapters that we'll have learned about through the midway point of the semester. All right. And it will be taken online through Miles Arca, but what makes it different from the chapter test, a couple things, is that there will be a time limit, and you'll only be able to take it one time. So just kind of keep that in mind. When it gets a little bit closer to the midway point of the semester, I will send you more specific information regarding the midterm exam. But for right now, just this general information is fine. If you have questions about it, just let me know. The final exam basically is the same as the midterm exam, except for obviously on the final exam, it'll cover everything that we will have learned about during the course of the semester. So all the concepts that we presented during the course of the semester will be covered on the final exam. But just like the midterm, you'll only be able to take it one time, and there will be a time limit. Okay. All right. The last item here under evaluation procedures is the semester project. And for this class, what you're going to do for this semester project is you will choose a company. And you can choose any company you want to. You will choose a company. It'll probably need to be some kind of publicly owned corporation. Otherwise, you won't be able to find much information on a private company. But basically, you'll choose a company, you'll research that company, and you will follow the instructions for the research project, for the semester project, and answer some questions about that particular that company that you've chosen. Mostly their marketing activities. In other words, how they promote themselves, what kind of advertising do they use, how many various products that they provide in the marketplace, who do they target with their products. These are all going to be things that you're going to include in your semester project. It's just going to be a way for you to kind of take what you've learned as far as concepts from the textbook and from the other learning resources and apply it to a particular business and see exactly how a particular business handles those marketing activities. All right? All right. Then the next part of the syllabus is the grading scale. That's just the standard grading scale that you see in most classes. I'm not going to go through that. You can just read through that and let me know if you have questions. It's pretty well self-explanatory. All right, the next item on the syllabus is the makeup policy. Basically, for this class, I do not allow makeup work in general, but if you have a special circumstance that arises that you think I need to consider, just email me using course mail, and I will consider that on an individual basis. But just kind of keep in mind that it's going to be important for you to stay up with the course activities and remind yourself of when things are due so that you don't miss a due date. Okay, that kind of brings us to the next part of the course syllabus, which is the attendance policy. Obviously, this is an online class and we're not going to be meeting in person, but it's still important for you to stay on top of things as far as checking in on the course site at least once a day. Access the course site in Miles Arca at least once a day to remind yourself of the due dates and also to read any announcements or course mails that I've sent to you. All right? So just kind of look through that. Let me know if you have questions about that. And then the next item on the syllabus is academic integrity. And I've already kind of discussed this a little bit when I talked about the assignments and the discussions. But basically, any kind of dishonesty in academics will violate the academic integrity policy of the college. So according to the Ozarka Academic Integrity Policy, dishonesty includes claiming credit for work others completed, lying, plagiarizing, cheating on tests, copying other students' assignments, and it talks about the possible penalties for that. But basically what you want to do is make sure that when you're doing your assignments and other activities for this class, that you're not violating the academic integrity policy. I will be looking at those things, so just kind of keep that in mind. Make sure you're doing your own work so that you don't violate that policy. All right? Just let me know if you have questions about that. And the last few items on the syllabus are just basic items that should be self-explanatory. So I'm not going to read that to you. You can look through that. Let me know if you have any questions. It's going to be the same standard items that you see on every syllabus for every one of your courses. So just read through the rest of that. So this first week of class, one of the main things I want you to do is carefully read through this course syllabus and let me know if you have any questions at all about anything on the syllabus, okay? Because this syllabus is what's going to guide how we do things this semester, so it's very important, all right? All right, let's go back to the activities page here. So you'll notice under week 1 on the activities page, we have that getting started link, which we just used to link to the syllabus. So that's, again, one of the main things I want you to do this first week is read through the syllabus. Then the other thing is the introduce yourself discussion. Let's go ahead and click on that. What this is this is a place where I have posted some information about myself on this introduce yourself discussion. I want you to read through that information so you can learn a little bit more about me. And then I want you to click on reply and include some information about yourself that you're willing to share. Of course, your name, your where you're from, your major, your educational goals, your career goals, your hobbies, your interests, anything that you are willing to share that you feel comfortable sharing with the class. And what this is this is just a way for us to get to know each other a little bit better, since we don't see each other face to face in a class like this. I think it's important for us to at least have a discussion where we can kind of introduce ourselves to the class and learn a little bit more about each other. And then as you reply, I will also reply with some additional information about myself as well. All right? So that is due this first week of class. So that is due by Friday, January 19th. So you've got a few days there after the first day of class to work on that. And so just let me know if you have questions about that. And the first set of chapter activities from the textbook will be due the second week of class. You'll notice under week 2 there, the chapter 1 assignment, test, and discussion are all due by Wednesday, January 24th. So as soon as you get your textbook, you'll need to get started on those activities. And I'm not going to go into each one of those. I'm going to let you do that and let me know if you have questions about it. It should be pretty well self-explanatory. You just click on each one of those items, those activities. The instructions that I provided for you will be there on the page, and you'll read through those instructions and follow those. Again, as you're working through those activities, if you have questions, just let me know, and I'll be glad to help you. All right? And I think you'll find that I get back with student questions and emails fairly quickly, so that should help you out quite a bit. So that's really all I have for today. So I'm looking forward to teaching this class semester. This is one of my favorite classes to teach and I've taught it several times in the past, and I always enjoy teaching it. And I hope you have a great semester, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you.